If you're trying to build your business through building your personal brand on LinkedIn, but totally failing, it's probably because you're using the wrong approach. Because LinkedIn is the best platform to access an audience and win big in business today. So today I'm going to walk you through how to think of LinkedIn, how to think of approaching LinkedIn and getting the best out of it, the huge benefits of publishing on LinkedIn, and then 6 tips to build personal brand on LinkedIn super fast. My name is Trent Kennelly. I'm a marketing strategist, and on this channel, I talk all about the things that help you to improve your business through marketing and sales. So if that's exciting for you, make sure that you subscribe, hit that like, and keep your ears open for the best way that you can use these tips. And let me know in the comments at the end, and let's get started. All right, so let's talk about the mindset. So there are 2 main reasons that people use LinkedIn. The first is attraction and influence. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to build inbound leads, you're trying to attract people to your brand to show them that you have a lot of knowledge, a lot of understanding about your industry, and you're trying to build more inbound leads, less need to direct cold call and do more outbound sales, right? And influencing not only the people who are gonna be your leads, but other people in the industry so that they look to you as the person with a lot of knowledge. The second reason people are on LinkedIn is to connect and develop. So you're building a network of connections, you're building relationships with people in the industry, and it's not just about connecting and moving on, it's about having a relationship with those people so that you can talk to them and understand what their wants and needs are. You can qualify them that way. Maybe you can build a network of referrals that way. But the idea is to build a real connection network so that you're talking to these people all the time and getting the most out of them and they're getting the most out of you. It's kind of a symbiotic relationship idea. Now notice, none of what I just mentioned involves cat memes or political ranting. That's because LinkedIn is a professional network. People are not here for dating or Facebook rants or anything like that. Keep it professional. That doesn't mean you can't be funny, you can't be human. Just think of it as a virtual office. So anything that you would do when you're talking to your coworkers in your office environment, that you can do here. Otherwise, probably don't do it because you're just gonna get called out for it, okay? People will call you out on LinkedIn for being unprofessional, so try to keep that personal brand intact by being funny and human, that's fine, but being adaptable to this situation and keeping it as professional as possible. People do not wanna come to LinkedIn to see your political rants. They just don't wanna do it. All right, let's talk about the benefits of publishing on LinkedIn. So the first one, I kind of already mentioned this in the influence section, but it allows you to find new clients, builds that inbound lead source because you have these people who are seeing what you're posting and they're interested enough to want to be interested in hiring you. Not only that, but the people who are connected with you and who are following you are more likely to share your posts, right? Now, I have a whole video on the LinkedIn algorithm coming out. If that's out, it's here. If not, be patient. It's coming out very soon. In any case, beyond being able to get people to share your posts, which is allowing for virality, it also expands your brand recognition generally because people are gonna see you as the person who has a lot of knowledge and they're gonna know you as a household name. Shout out to Gary Vee or Adam Grant. These people are real household names because they have a lot of knowledge in their field and they share that knowledge all the time, especially on LinkedIn. So that gives value to a lot of people, clients, prospects, people who aren't even in your prospect wheelhouse, and it allows you to spread that umbrella a little bit wider while focusing on that target niche of people that you actually want to bring in as clients. And those people who are going to think about buying from you, they're going to have a lot of gratitude because they're going to see you as a giver. They're going to say, oh my God, this person has so much knowledge. They're giving it to me completely free. And it's going to set this thing in their mind where they're going to say, this person's giving me so much for free. What's it going to be like when I pay them? Right? And that's gonna be huge. That's gonna be like the mind-blowing fact for them, and then you build a lead. Good job. A couple other things I wanna mention. Published content goes into your profile, so it doesn't go away and disappear forever. It always sits in your profile. People visit profiles on LinkedIn all the time, so when they go to your profile page, they're gonna see that content right there on the top. They can go look at it, they can share it, like it, comment on it right there, builds that virality, and you can have really old posts that still get a lot of traffic on them because of that. That content gets shared with connections, etc., right? LinkedIn also has its own SEO setup. I'll talk about LinkedIn SEO more specifically in another video. This video here, if it's out. If not, just be patient, it's coming. But LinkedIn SEO is really powerful because LinkedIn is indexed on Google. And so when Google has a search for your name, for instance, most of the time, LinkedIn is the first thing to come up, or at least in the top 5, right? So if you're putting out a lot of content, you're getting a lot more exposure to Google too for your personal brand. So that's super huge. All right, let's talk about the tips now. So the first tip seems really stupid, but it's have a profile. This seems stupid because I don't just mean, have an account and have no picture and just a couple of lines about the tasks that you performed on each job you had. This is a billboard, not a resume. So it needs to be customer-centric language. It needs to be keyword heavy. People need to be very interested in what it is that you do based on what's on your profile. Your content's gonna pull them to your profile. The profile is what's gonna sell them, okay? If you want a little more detail on copywriting language, you can check out this video. It covers copywriting and SEO, but you'll get the idea there. But remember, this is not a resume. So when you're putting information about your past jobs in here, you talk about the things that you did for them, the way that you solved problems for them, all of the huge accomplishments, not just a list of tasks, because nobody cares about that. If they see that on your resume, on your LinkedIn resume, they're not gonna be interested in that, okay? Think of this from a customer's perspective. What do I want to know about this person to find out if I'm interested in hiring them for a job or buying from them or whatever? That's what this is about. All right, the next tip is to use search to target your niche. So what we're talking about here is finding your niche, not waiting for them to find you, because if you wait for them to find you, they won't find you. This is not a build it and they will come situation. That never works online. Maybe that works in a field of dreams, I don't know. What you're gonna do here is you're gonna use hashtags to identify topics in hot discussion in your industry. You're gonna find the users that have viral content related to those hashtags, and you're gonna try and connect with those people, okay? Because you want to build a network here that's gonna allow you to build more recommendations, more inbound leads, more ways of building more sales into your business, right? And so if you can find the people with the viral content, they have some knowledge that they're gonna be able to share with you and vice versa. You can start building a relationship with those people, and that's gonna allow you to boost your overall virality. All right, the next tip is to use video and text posts. So there's lots of different post types on LinkedIn, but these two types, video posts and pure text, are the highest priority in the algorithm, and they're the most shareable on LinkedIn. People eat these up. They love video and they love stories, okay? So these are the things that people are gonna comment on more, they're gonna like more, they're gonna share more. So if you have not only these, but if you're primarily focused on these two types of content on LinkedIn, you're gonna see a lot more success. The next tip I have for you moving right along is to join groups. So this helps you build interaction with people who are your specific target, because you're finding groups that are in your target area, right? So if you are specifically targeting B2B sales to digital marketers, then you're gonna wanna find some digital marketing groups, because that's gonna help you to, as Sonny Lenarduzzi likes to say, niche down to blow up, okay? So that's the really important thing here. I do wanna caution you though, be very mindful and specific about the groups that you choose. Some of them are just post heavy with no interaction at all. That's not useful, okay? So if you have a group of 1,300,000 or something followers, and all of those people are just posting content, there's no likes, there's no comments, there's no shares or anything, you're just wasting your time. So be very specific about the groups that you want to join. Make sure that there's lots of interaction there. Next tip, content, content, content. It doesn't need to be original content. You can content curate from other sources, from other articles. Make sure that they mostly stay inside the LinkedIn or the LinkedIn Pulse community, because that helps you to increase your ranking on the algorithm. But content is key here. You wanna have as much interaction as you can, and the more content you put out, the more interaction you're gonna get back, okay? So if you're posting, you can post into groups if you want, as long as that group allows for that and the situation is correct. But generally speaking, you just wanna build as much interaction and engagement as you can. So that means content, content, content. Next tip, ask for endorsements. So this is what's known as social proof in the marketing world. But the idea here is that if people see when they're thinking about buying from you that other people have already had a lot of success when buying from you, then they're gonna be more likely to convert, okay? So it makes people believe in the quality that you have more, because they've already seen other people go through your service or your product or whatever and not fail. So that's really important. So if you can ask for more endorsements from people that have had a lot of interaction with you that's been very positive, you're more likely to get a lot of success. So ask for endorsements. Last step I have for you is use your analytics. So your analytics on LinkedIn are gonna show you who's looked at you, your search terms. We'll get a little more in search terms in SEO like I mentioned, but it's gonna tell you a lot of information about who's looking for you, what company searches are coming up, all sorts of little details, and if they're not quite right, then you need to adjust what you're doing to adapt and get it correct, okay? So look at those analytics, keep an eye on them as much as you can. That's really gonna help you. All right, guys, so that is all the tips I have for you in this video, but if you want even more information, way more detail about winning on LinkedIn, I've attached in the description my ultimate guide to winning on LinkedIn, so make sure you check that out. Also, if you haven't yet, make sure that you subscribe, hit that like, let me know if you didn't already, which of these tips you think is gonna be most effective to help you blow up that personal brand on LinkedIn, and I will catch you in the next one.